Hey everyone, it's Neon Polygons, and today is a really big day for me with my Lexus IS300. The year, or the date today is October 10, 2022. I got this car exactly I purchased it on May 31st, 2002. Then I actually received the car about a few days later on June 2, 2002. And basically a little over 20 years. And I'll just kind of whip around the back or show you guys kind of how my car looks right now. Right? This is how it looks. Still pretty clean, still fairly good condition, right? But this is really the reason why I want to show you guys why today's a big date. As you see, the mileage right there is 1,994 miles. So as of today, okay, and this trip that I'm about to take, which is approximately a 6-mile trip, after a long but great 20 plus years of having this car, I'm finally going to hit the 20,000 mark. It's a big deal. I don't think there's many Lexus IS300s out there who are of the original first gen model that literally are under 20,000 miles and are as immaculate condition as this. So here it is. I'm gonna do my trip that is literally going to get me over the 20,000 mark. Let's go. Okay, halfway done through my trip, and as you see there, 3 more miles until I hit 20,000. Just give you guys an outside look. Things are progressing. Wow, what a journey, man. Can't believe 20 years of driving this car and it's taken me this long to finally hit the 20,000 mile mark. A lot of memories. This has been my first and only car I've ever owned on my own, and it's a big watershed moment for me to finally hit this milestone with this car and to be in the condition it's in. You know, they always say your car is, you know, for those of you who've ever owned a car, turn this off, your first car is almost like your first love. And yeah, it's all I can say about that. I've had this car for a great deal of my life, more than half my life, and can't believe it, man. Finally 20,000 miles, finally about to hit this guy. Just kind of feels surreal in a way that it's taken this long. You know, in that journey of these 20,000 miles, I think about all the places I've been to with this car, and you're probably wondering, where am I? I'm currently in a cemetery. Well, one of the best memories I have of this car was driving my sister around to go to places. And I'm here at this cemetery because this is where I visit my sister. My sister unfortunately passed away many years ago, and I visit her here in the cemetery quite often. And one of the memories that kind of sticks out is that, you know, when I used to live in LA, I drove her. She visited me in LA, and I drove her to the Beverly Center. And that was a big deal at the time because it was me having the chance to drive my older sister somewhere. It may seem a little insignificant, but, you know, little moments like that, they mean a lot later in life when you start to look back on them. And so this car has had a lot of memories for me that I've had in these 20 years since having it and hitting this 20,000 miles. You know, one is obviously driving around my sister, driving around my mom, my dog in the back seat. Every time I would drive him to the veterinarian, that dog has unfortunately also passed away. So just showing off my car. I know all of you who are watching, if any of you are watching, you're probably IS300 enthusiasts, and you're probably just like to talk about all the cool mods I made to my car, or you know, if I ever souped up my engine. And the answer is no, I've never done any of that. And this video isn't about any of that either. It's just essentially a video about me and 20 years with my car, and finally getting to that 20,000 mile mark in these 20 years. So anyways, I am here at a cemetery right now, as you can see. And it took me 3 miles to get from this location to my home. And when I come back to my home from the cemetery visiting my sister, I will have finally hit the 20,000 mark. And so in my opinion, no better way, no more fitting way to have hit the 20,000 miles than with this one trip to visit her. Alright guys, I'll catch you in just a few as I finally hit the 20,000 miles. Okay, I just finished my visit to see my sister. And this trip is a lot more sentimental than I realized, beyond just being, hitting the 20,000 milestone. Here, I guess I'll show you some cool car stuff. As you can see here, the paint on my car is still that glistening white sparkle. Still the original paint job, still has not yellowed. But as I'm here visiting my sister, I just realized there's some significance to the day she died and the date I bought the car. And I guess the only thing I can say is, like, look, for those of you who've ever had your own car, and if you had it as long as if I had mine, the car is more than just a car. It really is almost like a part of your life at this point. And one of the key things I just want to put out there is, really enjoy the ride. You never know when the people that you're driving with, maybe their last. May never get to have that opportunity for whatever reason ever again. Alright guys, so this is it. 20,000 miles, here I come. Okay, 2 more miles, 1,998, here we go. Okay, 1,999 miles. 1 more mile to go, and then I'm hitting the big 20,000 finally. Alright, almost at the 20G mark. Let's do this, guys. Haha, there it is, guys. 20,000 miles. I'm just gonna pull up to my driveway. Wow. Can't believe it's finally here. exactly 20,000 miles. Wow. $20,000 miles, right on the dot. Well, I don't know what to say, but over 20 years, 20,000 miles finally logged in. I know that's usually what a lot of people get in a few months, but it is a big milestone that I was able to keep the car under 20,000 miles for this long. Wasn't intentional, but for me to hit those 20,000 miles in these 20 years, every mile was worth it. Every mile was meaningful. And, you know, as I mentioned, earlier, enjoy the ride. You never know when, you know, it may be your last. Things may get bumpy along the way, but that's how life is. And yeah, not much more to it. Here's my car 20 years later, 20,000 miles later. And for all of those who say an IS300, does it have durability? Let this be your answer. Thanks again for watching. This is Neon Polygons. Catch you all again soon.